Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Sunday to you. We're taking a quick look here at Gala. I get a lot of requests from this. We're going to probably keep this on the radar here for the immediate foreseeable future, mainly because we're likely to have a breakout with this cup and handle pattern. And obviously, just kind of want to pay attention to what's going to happen next. So thanks again to all my members for requesting I cover this. If you're not part of our Discord, jump on over. We do have a request section that kind of shows and highlights the videos that I like to make. And of course, congrats to our premium members here. Take a quick look at this here. OGN, 25 days, we took 205%. It's a nice swing trade if you ask me. Take a look at KNC, another swing here for a short position. That is 32% in 4 days. And Solana waited a good 20 days for 64%. So awesome stuff there. Congrats again to my community members for that. Quick shout out to Chef as well for an awesome short here on Pepe. Well done there on that one. It looks like he switched to long, which I understand why. It definitely looks like it's found its tentative bottom. So we'll talk about that and much more in other videos, of course, but for the most part, Gala here, we want to focus on a few things. So first of all, we can kind of adjust this over and look and see. Cup and handle pattern still in play. Okay, so we got to recognize that the price, while it didn't come down as low as 1.4 cents, which I was hoping for, so we can get an entry. As you can see, I have an alert here set to essentially reevaluate this coin before I jump in. It didn't get that low. I didn't get triggered on that, so unfortunately missed out on that opportunity. But that happens a lot. You got to recognize that trading is just full of missed opportunities. So don't stress if you didn't get in. It's okay. There's probably going to be plenty more opportunities. But this coin does look like it wants to kind of do some pretty awesome stuff in the big picture. Okay. So we're going to talk about that and much more. We do have a double top here forming. Keep that in mind. We could see the price pull back. But just note that double tops don't always just pull back, right? The main reason why this double top will likely continue higher is because we have had a previous high as well, and it's not the first time it's testing that range. Okay, so cup and handle is more likely to break out than a double top is to break down. Okay. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there. Let's go ahead and pull this off here just so we can get better perspective on what's going on. We'll work our way down from the larger big picture. So on the daily, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this. So first of all, when it comes to the current price action, we can kind of see that we've got a pretty strong day of bullish engulfing candle. We can see that we're testing 50 on the RSI. So if 50 on the RSI is broken, we should expect the price to surge above that level. Okay. Now it could very well spike up and spike back down, of course, once we break through that range. Because a lot of times what happens is we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern on Elliott wave and a few other types of power of threes. And we could totally see this come up here. But at this point, we're in a position right now where the price action, it hasn't fully broken that level. So we got to expect that to be a resistance, which it is obviously so far right now, 1.49. So 1.49 cents is effectively a resistance, but it very will likely get broken here in the near future. Let's talk about why. First of all, when it comes to moving averages, we're well above the previous moving average. That's exactly why I mentioned that a bounce off 0.5 would be likely. And that's why I was hoping to get in. Unfortunately, we missed that opportunity. You can see here the 20-day SMA working its way down there to find its bottom. Okay, so that tells us that the tentative bottom is in. Okay, so if Gala does pull back, we'll expect to see some support there. A lot of that is mainly because we have a large amount of volume in that area, but also partially because we have some moving averages and some support too. Okay, so the daily looks pretty good, right? We can see, of course, if you had looked previously, the 50-day SMA is essentially well above the price action. Okay, so that's going to be the next resistance level, but that's a ways away. We don't got to worry about that too much. We do also have a tentative resistance. Just keep in mind right here in the range about 16 or 1.6 rather, and that is an area in which we might see some resistance. We'll bridge that gap later, but for right now, it would make a lot more sense for the price to break up than to break down, considering we are fulfilling that cup and handle pattern. Okay. Once again, the main reason why this happens is because you have an initial resistance here at this level. Price gets pulled back. And then, of course, it finds a support based on the most recent high, and then retests that level and typically breaks it. Okay? So it would make a lot more sense for Gala to break up than down right now. Right? So just keep that in mind. That's kind of what we're looking at. But is that 100% foolproof? Well, let's see. Taking a look at the RSI, we are still overextended. Didn't get a chance to really calm down too much, and we did initially reject off the 70 here on the RSI. So this could imply that the double top might essentially succeed if the money flow index continues to digress. Then we will expect the price to follow suit. Okay, so to me, I would still rather wait for a lower entry than try to get in now when it's trying to break its resistance. Again, it is likely to squeeze. If I was day trading, it'd be a different story altogether. But for right now, from a swing trader's perspective, I'd much rather wait a little bit longer. And again, I could eat my words totally. This happens all the time. The price breaks through and it continues higher and we miss our opportunity. That's fine. We look at another coin. There's tons of opportunity out there. Coins like OGN, for example, that's overextended. We could look at Solana as well. A lot of plays to the downside potential. I'm going to cover those here later today, but just note at this point here, Gala is still looking fairly strong, but also coming up on some overextension. Taking a look at overextension as well, we can see we're at a 6 here. We previously hit a 9, made sense the price pulled back, and we're at a 6. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us we're about 2/3 of the way through this continuation. Okay. A lot of times you'll see a 9 on TD sequential, kind of just reflecting the fact that we are overextended in either direction. With us being at a 6, there is possibility of another 12 to 24 hours of continuation to the upside. Please be mindful of that. Just because it's getting overextended leading into a resistance doesn't mean it will not break that level. What we want to look at here, of course, is the hourly and confirm we're on the right side of the tracks here, which we are. You can see the Ichimoku cloud held very strong here at this point, and we are effectively in good position. So all green lights here to leave your long position open. There's no reason to take a short into this because we haven't officially ran out of time, for lack of better terms, because a lot of times you can see here when the lagging span intersects with the price action, you start to see a shift in momentum. Okay, it's usually a no man's land for entry. Right now, this basically says to leave your long position open, but by no means should you be taking a long position. Okay, again, that's just what this indicator tells us. The overall sense of things here is that this coin is bullish. It's broken its descending trend. It is essentially a continuation pattern at this point, so we want to expect it to continue higher until it doesn't. So my speculation here is if we take a look at Elliott Wave really quick, which again, I send these playout charts on my Telegram, Twitter, and Discord as well. But this is the playout chart here from yesterday. So as you can kind of see here with Gala when I last covered it, the price action was expecting to pull back to fill the cup and handle. But this 0.5 level on Fibonacci, we were expecting that to bounce. It didn't. It instead bounced at this level here, right at about 1.4 cents, or 1.407. Really, really close to our potential entry there. That being said, though, now that that is there, the price action continued higher now that we've established our higher low, our second higher low. And we're looking for a third higher high. Okay? So the likelihood of this breaking through here is pretty high. I do feel like we're going to see somewhere in the 1.5 cent or higher broken. But how much higher it's going to go from there, it's hard to specify. A lot of times once you complete this pattern, it will start to establish lower highs and lower lows from there to complete an ABC pattern. Okay? So you got to recognize that if we do break this resistance, there's a great chance we'll get this area here retested. Okay? So that's just kind of where we're at there. What do you think is going to happen here next for Gala? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below. Jump on over to our Telegram, Twitter, or Discord, and feel free to comment as well on those tweets and or, of course, here in our playout charts section. Just some things to kind of think about, of course, but greatly appreciate the feedback. Looking forward to hearing from you. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. And if you're not currently a community member, again, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below. We do have a summer sale for our Premium and Premium Plus groups where you can benefit from trades such as this one here, right here where we can see a long of 205% for OGN, 32% short from KNC, and 64% Solana. Again, I like to highlight those things because those are positives. You always want to emphasize the positives in this market. While there is definitely some trades that we take that we aren't successful with, like Frontier, for example, we hit our stop loss on that a few days ago. And that happens, right? You need to recognize it's important to take your losses, learn from them, and to continue to ensure that you are more successful moving forward. Those are all things we do as a community. Thanks again so much for everyone. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.